Saving an Audacity project is a little bit different than saving files from other programs. An Audacity project file includes information about what tracks you've recorded and used and what effects and settings you've applied to those tracks. Audacity actually saves the audio clips in a separate folder called a data folder. We're going to go ahead and save this Audacity project. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a folder for the project to keep all those pieces together. I'm going to do this in my Google Drive. I'm going to make a new folder and I'm going to call this Audacity Recording. Back in Audacity, I'm going to choose File, Save Project, and I'm going to go find that file in my Google Drive. I'm going to give it a name and save. In that folder, you'll see that Audacity has saved the project file and the data file that I referred to a minute ago. The other thing that you'll notice about Audacity is that if I save that project again, I guess I have to add a little bit to do that, add a little bit more to the recording. If I save that project again, Audacity actually creates a third file that is a backup of the project. Looking at the folder, I see that I have my sample recording, the data folder, and a backup. What Audacity does is take the previous saved information, save it as a backup before overwriting the recording. This kind of shows you that Audacity knows that there can be mistakes that get saved. Another piece of advice with Audacity, save often because sometimes problems do happen while you're recording. Now we'll take a look at how to export that final file when you're done with your recording. Again, only Audacity can recognize that Audacity project. But when you're done with your recording, we actually want to save an MP3 file that is a single audio recording with all of the tracks and mixes and effects that you've applied. To do that, we'll go up to the File menu and you will export your project as an MP3 file. This warning shows you that once you export to MP3, you no longer have the ability to modify individual tracks or put effects. It's going to take all of this and mix it down into one file. It's going to ask me where I want to save that file. And then it may ask for some additional information like the title. This is the metadata that people might see when they look at your recording. I click OK to that. Audacity has now saved an MP3 file that will open in any media player and is my final project.